Hey, how's it going? My name is Anthony, and I've got another deck for you today. One more before we move to Ultra Prism. This is a Necrozma GX centric deck. I've been playing it a lot here at my locals, and it's done okay. So a lot of fun to play. It's very resourceful when it comes to how it handles its own energy. So anyway, took it through another one of those online tournaments, and I thought I would share the results with you. So we've got 3 games today, and yeah. So the idea is Necrozma. I was using Espeon for the longest time, love Espeon, but Espeon has kind of this cap on how much damage it can do. Necrozma is beautiful because it's only limited by the amount of energy that you can put on it. So you can do more and more and more if you put more energy on it. So, you know, when you find somebody that's 210, 230 hit points, it doesn't necessarily scare you if you can manage to get 4 psychic energy on him. I know that's asking a lot, but Baby Rayquaza and Silvally GX are excellent partners. I know this because I've been testing it for the last month. I told you that already. Okay, so first match is against Mega Gardevoir, the Brilliant Arrow Mega Gardevoir. Yeah, it's been a minute since we've seen this, and I don't know, I guess he has just put this together from a couple theme decks. I don't want to rag on him. He's using Great Balls and Howls and what's the other one, Tierno and stuff like that. So maybe not the most stiff competition. But as you can see, Baby Rayquaza, 2 energy, any color, can do 30 damage, which is helpful, and also attach 2 basic energy from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon, which is really cool because Necrozma will take it all, and every time he fires his little thing, he's going to dump it all into the discard. So, you know, you get this looping thing, and with Silvally giving the basics free retreat, it makes it very fluid. Now, this first game, I actually ran into an issue here. You'll see that I had no draw supporter for several turns. It happens sometimes, happens to the best of us, happens to the worst of us. I tried to Guzma and move who I thought to be the least dangerous attacker into the active, and actually in this game I really botched something up towards the end, but that's too early right now. Alright, so after 3 turns, you have your 3 or 4 turns, you have your psychic energy, and now you can blast away, and it hits for 190 if you've got 3 energy attached, and plus a choice band that's 220, and that handles just about everybody. And our good friend Lele shows up, so we're out of this quagmire of not having any card draw. So yeah, I actually had to remind myself, what does Brilliant Arrow do? It's 30 times the amount of fairy energy on your opponent's side of the field. And now he's got 2 of them up and running. But never fear, we have Sycamore, and Sycamore saves us from all sorts of ills. Yep. Come on, do it. There we go. Alright, good. And there's the DCE to dump onto the Rayquaza, and now I've got 4 energy on the board instead of 2. See how magical that is? Baby Rayquaza is a very good card if you're running anything that has double colorless or maybe even a counter energy, and you're using enough basic energies to make it worth it. Something that ends up putting them into the discard. I did try this with Sophocles, and tried it with I guess Sophocles, and you know, no point in actually doing that as long as Sycamore's still in the format, so we're okay there. Yeah. So, he knocks out another Rayquaza, and this is the problem that I think he ran into, is, you know, he's knocking out one prize attackers while I'm sitting here struggling to set up, and, you know, it happens. Yeah, so, what are we doing? Get another Necrozma out, why not? Have 3 of them. No, I need a Psychic Energy. And I was sitting there, and I said, okay, look, this is tip number 432 on how to play Pokemon. Stick with one deck long enough to know what's in it. And that way you can play it as well as you can. So I saw that I had 2 on the field, 2 Psychic Energies on the field. There was 4 in the deck, and I want to say there was a couple in the discard pile. So I knew that some were in the prize cards because, you know, of that math thing. And that's why we run Gladion, because you never know when you need that one thing that's over there in the prize cards, and you can do a little flippity-flip kind of thing, and boom, Bob's your uncle, and you get the energy you need. Now, I can't hush. So, the problem that I actually had was rule number 634. Remember how many prize cards it takes to win the game. I'm in a situation here where I need 3, and my problem is I thought I needed 2. So I stopped aiming to win via just a I assumed that 1 EX was a winning situation for me, and turns out that wasn't correct. So I kind of got excited here. I was like, okay, yeah, well, he's got a 170 hit point dude over there, or girl over there on the bench, so, you know, that there is my target, and that would win the game for me if there were 2 prize cards left. Yeah. Hey, kitty. Okay, so the thing we need here is more energy on the field, and Silvally, like I said, you have 2 different Pokemon in this deck that actually recover energy from the discard for you, and that makes it worthwhile. Okay, so the other thing in this deck is multi-switch. I know it's becoming a little bit more popular here recently, but multi-switch is fantastic. Especially in a situation like this where you get a couple energy on the board, and now they don't know that you're playing multi-switch most of the time, because who plays multi-switch? But it makes everybody on the field a viable attacker on just about any given turn. So yeah, here I pull up the 170 hit point Gardevoir, and I grab the extra energy with the multi-switch, and I'm able to basically attach 2 to my Necrozma. The unfortunate thing is the 3 prize card choices came up, and it kind of made me upset, because I was like, oh great, I should have knocked out that other one. If I were playing intelligently, that's what I would have done. So now I'm actually having a oh no kind of moment, because what am I going to do with this? I don't have any, you know, he's down to 2 prizes. Anybody I promote has the viability to get knocked out, except for Espeon. But even Espeon, I mean, if they swap and he finds like a field blower and a choice band, then I'm toast, right? 1, 2, 3. He needs energy, field band, field blower, choice band, and that Gardevoir can knock me out. Bad news bears. So yeah, you spend your time trying to set up another one. You're kind of in a tough situation, because I need somebody to absorb a hit, but at any given moment he can go off for 170 hit points. So I'm not feeling very good about it, and now I'm back to not having a draw supporter. You see, there's a problem with this deck. Maybe it needs a Rangaroo or something like that. But yeah. So he attaches another energy. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 150. He doesn't have the knockout. He needs the field blower choice band to get it onto that Gardevoir in order to win. And that was the mistake he made. I don't know why he swapped little guys there, because Gardevoir was not a good choice. Alright, so I'm sitting here doing the math, and I was like, okay, well, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 energy on him. I've got a choice band, or not a choice band, but a double colorless in hand. Lele, everybody's favorite backup attacker. Plus the choice band is just enough to take the knockout and save me from my mistake earlier, where I should have knocked out the more serious threat rather than the 170 hit point, Okay, so round 2. This one goes well. I don't think I had any obvious misplays. And you kind of want to start the Rayquaza. You know, you take the Ultra Ball, you discard the energy, go get you a Lele and a Sycamore, and you're good to go. Hopefully the DCE pops up. And that's the other thing we run is the Energy Lotto, because sometimes the DCEs don't show up. Multi-switch can get a DCE off of the field to your active if you need it, and Energy Lotto will go 7 cards deep into your deck to try to snag one in the case that that's what you need. I don't find that Special Charge is particularly helpful in this deck. With all the energy recovery, the 4 double colorlesses are generally enough, but I guess you could do that. I will say that there is some optional cards in this particular list. There's flexibility. For instance, we have 3 float stones in the deck, and that's probably too many. You could drop it down to 1 or 2, I'm sure, if you find something else. Now, the switch, I do have a switch in here and an escape rope. I find those very helpful because occasionally on turn 1, you want to get that Rayquaza into the active, and you just need something to pop him up there. So this works out. Okay, yeah, this guy's playing some kind of weird water box thing. Apparently he has a lot of water EXs in his collection, and he just wanted to use them all. But yeah, so anyway, like I said, the name of the game is Energy Flexibility. By being able to use Multi-Switch and Energy Lotto, recover with Rayquaza and recover with Silvally, and then you have, like I said, no upper limit on the amount of damage you can do with Necrozma. Plus, okay, so there's magic in Necrozma with that Black Ray GX. It does 100 to all of the EXs and GXs on the board, on their side rather. So the cool thing about that is you do that with a Psychic and a double colorless. When they're running basic EXs and GXs like this gentleman is here, it makes it super easy to just reload 1 Psychic energy, and you're good to go with Prismatic Burst for, you know, it'll hit for 70, but you add the choice band and that's 100. So Black Ray sets the level of 100 plus another 100, and all it takes is attaching 1 more Psychic energy every turn, which is perfectly easy to do in this deck because we're running 9 of the Jokers. So yeah, and I don't know what to do is doing. He just passed. I mean, so yeah, this is exactly that example. You know, I'm able to continually knock out his guys because all it takes now is 1 Psychic attachment. Okay, so another thing that I've been keen on here recently is energy efficiency. The way I look at it right now is I'm getting 100 points of efficiency out of 1 Psychic energy. Now I know that's not perfectly fair because, you know, it takes the DCE, but you know, it's working, right? So anyway, energy efficiency. doing the math on it, and it seems as if the people who are structuring the game want us to be hitting for like 120 for 2 attachments, right? Because you look at what's his face, Silvally, 3 colorless attack, or 3 colorless to do the attack, and oh yeah, so see, escape rope comes in handy because you can force them to swap their active when it's advantageous for you to do so. Yeah. Anyway, so I was saying 3 colorless energy on Silvally to do 120. So it works out to be about 40 damage per colorless energy, or something like 60 for 2 attachments. That being a basic and a double colorless. So anytime you're doing better than 1 for 40 or 120 over 2 attachments, then I feel like, hey, that's pretty efficient kind of use of your energy. So that makes a Necrozma with the DCE already on him magic as far as being efficient. Of course, you know, what else can I say about that? Nothing really. Dark deck. Yeah, so this guy is running the Eat Sloppily, and I overthought the situation. I was sitting there thinking, well, I kind of want him to do the Eat Sloppily thing and throw a whole bunch of energy onto... I want him to try and miss so that I can toss the DCE onto Lele and then pop him one good time with the Lele. But of course I didn't really... I should have just gone ahead and gone for it, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's a bad card. Anyway, at this point, getting 110 on him with the choice band and the double colorless plus his 2, you know, we're doing that 2-shot magic. Which anytime you're doing 2 shots, I guess is pretty good, considering he still hasn't set somebody up to attack me for the first time. Anyway, this being the 3rd match, the finals, it's, yeah, I don't know. There are some weird plays that all 3 of these guys have done, or girls, or whoever. I mean, why didn't he attach the DCE to Zoroark there to go ahead and start putting some damage in? I don't really know. But there's somebody that uses escape rope. Good for them. Okay, so now he's got the Eat Sloppily thing going. He's got 4 energy on him. And see, that's, I mean, that's right picking for Lele. Lele is doing a lot of work here. And okay, so here's the situation. It's like, okay, well, what are you going to do? Are you going to Sycamore or are you going to Gladion? Well, you might as well Gladion because we're kind of in this better position than they are. So might as well do your best to take advantage of a downturn, I guess. I mean, throwing the Sycamore down there and losing the Guzma and losing the Gladion for nothing wasn't really necessary, considering the board state, because I had the KO with the Tapu Lele. Okay. So, yeah, and I mean, this one pretty much walks it out the rest of the way. It's nothing really fancy here. Let's see, is there anything else in the list? Hold on one second, okay? Let's see. Okay, a field blower. Honestly, like I said, the thing that you probably could do without the extra psychic energy, the 8th or the 9th psychic energy, you could probably drop down to 1 or 2 float stones and pardon me, I like to run the Lily and the Brigette because together you have the option, and I'm thinking it happened in one of these games, but I forgot because I was rambling. Sometimes Lily is a better starter than Brigette. If you play multiple Bridgets, I understand everybody likes that right now. The thing is, sometimes you have 2 Ultra Balls in your hand, or you have lots of playable cards in your hand. You know, Lily can be a better resource early than even playing Brigette, and I feel like we sometimes get tunnel vision and we start saying, ooh, I've got to have 3 Bridgets or 2 Bridgets in my deck, and in order for me to be efficient, I've got to get my basics out, and maybe, I don't know, I guess maybe because this deck is built more around basics than evolution Pokemon, maybe that's why I feel that way, that Bridget's not mission critical on turn 1 if you can get 1 bench Pokemon and you know, some of the energy into the discard pile, then you're in good shape. And see, there you go again, the Gladion pulls out an energy for me, and it's enough to get me the KO using Prismatic Burst. So yet another game where you don't actually use Black Ray GX. And I guess that's the thing that I would want to say about the whole deck as a whole, is Necrozma is a good card, and it is more than just Black Ray GX. Happy tournament day. Enjoy the deck. I will talk to you later. Bye.